I have a slightly different question. A lot of the people that I see are very interested in making the transition from executive roles as managers in organizations to non-executive director roles. And so I'm curious to have your take on how you made that transition. What kind of skill set did you need to acquire, and how did you acquire it?
I mean, I was fortunate that I already had a non-executive role on the board of Rio Tinto before I left BP. So I understood something of both worlds. But I don't think I fully understood that I was actually stepping into a second career. I thought that I was leaving my BP career and that these would be interesting things to do to keep me active in the business world. It's a second career. And now taking on a chairman role very much is extending that career. And it's a second career that I found I have to take very seriously. I have to think about different sets of skills, different ways of operating, different ways of working.
For example, what are some of the big differences that maybe surprised you?
Yes, so what I loved in my executive career was having teams of people around me, businesses to run and lead and manage in the sense of giving real direction and focus to the activities. What I've learnt now, I really love, is asking the questions to help other people frame that. So challenging, putting the alternative perspective, checking where the downside risks might be, all the biases that we exhibit as CEOs, that confirmation bias, everything reinforces what we already know. To sit on a board and say, but have you thought about what could go wrong? Have you thought about what the risks are? What's an alternative way of saying? Just having that different perspective, and it requires you to think more deeply.
What advice would you give to people who are interested in making that transition, for how to prepare themselves to be able to do that effectively, to direct a board effectively?
Well, first of all, don't take it lightly. Prepare yourself seriously and thoughtfully, because it is a different role. Take advice from others, because there is plenty of experience out there of people who've done it. And I think it is important to take small steps. So if you are an executive, think about taking a role on a not-for-profit, for example. Think about spending as much time as you can interacting with your own board and observing their dynamics and processes. Go and be taught. There are plenty of people, including INSEAD, who can teach you well about some of the things you need to consider. So I think this is something about preparation.